This is week 1, day 1 of my 12-week training program. Pretty much just documenting consistency so I can return to that in my training. Since it is a pretty big part of my life, I feel like getting consistent with my training is going to help me get consistent with other areas of my life. Decided to get started with it now before the new year, just to kind of be in that routine before the new year starts. If you don't know me, my name's Alicia. I'm a model, fitness and commercial model, and a massage therapist with an athletic training background. Also a Marine Corps vet, so a lot of things. I'm pretty much documenting this just to, show myself, one, that I can, and two, to be able to look back at me keeping a promise to myself, really. It's not really a transformation series. I'm a pretty active person. I'm not trying to achieve any other goal besides consistently showing up. I am, however, super excited for this program. It touches on a lot of my weaknesses that maybe I haven't been training for a while, on top of the fact that I haven't really been consistently posting. So kind of trying to do a 2-for-1 here. In this video in particular, you'll be seeing my mobility session. Every Monday in this program is focused around mobility. So that's rehabilitation type exercises, stretching, things like that. And throughout the video, I'll be giving a little bit extra context to some parts of what I'm doing if I don't speak on it while I'm at the gym. Enjoy. Week 1, day 1. Let's get it. Not really in the best mood, not gonna lie, but I hope that my workout fixes that. Usually it does. I feel like increasing the heart rate, listening to some good music, maybe doing what I need to do. Today is mobility day. I feel like I need it. I'm gonna be focusing more on hip, ankle, rehab type exercises, and then I'm gonna be doing just my normal shoulder routine as well, just for maintenance. But we're gonna start off with some jump rope. That's usually my main warm up, and then we'll get into more like region specific warm up as well. But I like jumping rope. Week 1, day 1. I promised myself I was gonna record all of these, so this is me doing that. Hopefully it gets easier week by week, day by day. But yeah, I feel like I came prepared. You know what I'm saying? I got my microphone, got the camera. That's probably enough talking for right now. Let's get into it. We here, made it. Might as well make use of this time, be productive for my body, even while my mental isn't feeling the best. Fun fact, I started jumping rope in 2020, 2021, whenever COVID started. I was in college. And I was like, wait, what you mean I'm not about to socialize with nobody? It was like we got an email right at the end of spring break, like, hey, bro, do not come back to school. Anyways, during COVID, I feel like we was all, getting adjusted to a different type of lifestyle, different type of socialization, especially being an active person. I'm also a very social person. Not being able to do that, I still wanted to be able to exercise in some way, and I couldn't just like go across the street to the gym. I wasn't able to access a gym. I didn't really have that much workout equipment in my house either. I think I had a couple bands, like TheraBands from school, and an old jump rope. It was too short. So started with that, and then eventually moved up to buying this type of rope. And this rope taught me very quickly how to jump rope correctly, because it hurts. It hurts a lot, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I hit myself with it, it's like a cable rope. I'm pretty sure it's meant for double unders. I will hopefully learn how to do those one day, but yeah, pretty much did this every day during that break. I don't know how long that is, and I'm not even trying to think about months and numbers. But for months and months, this is what I did every day. I started with just trying to get 100 jumps in a row, and then I started learning how to do tricks. And now I can do this while talking. Different types of skills. LOL. But yes, I didn't just get good at this like recently. This is something that I find myself coming back to for my mental health. And now I've incorporated running as well. And I feel like this is a good way to, I guess, keep up with that cardio, keep up with, what's it called? Calf strength, plyometrics, kind of. Um, yeah, and just kind of see where I'm at. I did get shin splints when I first started, but yeah, if I take a long break from running, I'll always come back to jump roping first, kind of test, see where I'm at before I just go for an all out, sprint or something. One of the things I'm working on today is ankle mobility because my posterior tib has been kind of flaring up a little bit. That's like the muscle on the inside part of your shin. And I'm pretty sure it's from doing jump roping and running a lot and not really strengthening those muscles to help me, be able to push on towards that. So, woo! Um, I feel like I'm pretty warmed up right now, so I might do the ankle stuff now, and then I'll move into the hip stuff after. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I like that. So yeah, let's do the ankle mobility stuff now. Here we go. That. So right about here. Hope y'all can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Cool. So I'm gonna be here, kind of helping it pull me down. That's the angle that the talus bone is at. And then I'm just gonna be leaning forward. It's gonna help increase that dorsiflexion range of motion. So that's really what I'm focusing on. Trying to keep my heel down along with this band, kind of at that downward angle, going this way, and then moving my tibia forward. This feels great. I haven't done this in so long. Definitely feel a stretch in the back here near the Achilles and soleus muscles. Oh Lord, that feels great. So I'm gonna do about 5 reps or 5 more reps, and then I'll switch over to the other one. I'm doing my best to do this as passively as possible. So just kind of having this lean forward instead of me pushing it forward. I'm gonna switch ankles at angles so y'all can see better, hopefully. Now for righty to get some love, just there. Step forward so there's some tension. Come down in here. So it's not just like this. It's not this. You know what I'm saying? You want it right in that sweet spot, that little nook, and then anchor it down. Wow. 5 sets of 5. It's not really for strengthening, you know what I'm saying? It's more for mobility. So go to where you feel good. I'm not in a rush today either, so I can really sit here for a minute, but probably do another round, ankle, and then I'll come back to y'all. Hip flexors, so recline a little bit, but so as an iliacus coming up, over, up, over. So you could do like mini versions of that if this is too far, but I have it. Do 3 and then switching. Cool. Now we're gonna switch. Stay locked out. Okay, so now I'm tapping my leg, pretty much where the hip flexors insert, just so that my body. I was feeling like some tightness on the hamstring, but when I did that, it kind of provided a different sensory input, and I stopped feeling the tightness. So, and then now I'm doing the most challenging variation of this for myself, and not having my hands support me at all. Um, and this is the last set, I believe. Yeah, 3 reps each side. So pretty much just not having my hands support me, trying my best not to lean back, and just really, really firing my hip flexors as I finish up this exercise. Traditional 90-90 mobility, you might have seen it. So you're kind of up on your heels. Your knees should stay equal distance apart as you're swiveling side to side. Woo. So once I get a little bit, and then I want this ankle to come up. So that's going to be internal rotation at the hip joint. Knee stays pinned down, ankle comes up. Lord, and then comes down. If you've never done this before, try and help yourself kind of come up. I've had to do that a couple times just to kind of get the muscle engaged, the TFL, and then come down. So up, come down. And I'm gonna switch sides. Again, hips should land at around 90-90, so 90 degrees of the knees, 90 degrees of hip flexion at the hip right here. Lord, this feels so tight. Um, and then kind of sitting up. I can't do it down here yet. So my progression is coming to sit up, ankle coming up, keeping that knee pinned down, ankle coming up. Yeah, this hip. This is the one that feels tight. This is the one that always feels limited. Makes sense. This was going to be a little bit more difficult for me. Firing, 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 firing. All right, I'm gonna have to lift it up. There we go. And then try and hold it there. Nope. But I felt it. I felt it activated. So we come up, hold. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, man. We all got our strengths. We all got our weaknesses. Hopefully, keep this more consistent. We can get it like that. Hopefully, y'all can see. I think so. Scoot over a little bit. So again, keeping them equal distance apart as they fall. Ooh, yeah. Right about here, I already feel kind of tight. This feels like a great stretch, but I want this to come up. So there you go. We're getting a little bit, but I am compensating right there. Let's see. Holding it. There we go. There we go. Have to turn it on and putting it down. I'm gonna get it there though. I'm gonna get it there. I realize, I mean, this is just stuff I've been neglecting. So I'm glad that I'm making a day in the program to specifically focus on these things. So it's not just like crammed into the warm up or oh my bad, I forgot or I didn't have enough time. It's like making a dedicated day for this kind of stuff so it doesn't continue to be a problem or end up being a worse problem. All right. Anyways, enough talking. Let's try and come on. Ooh. I have to pick it up again. Good. Hold it. So this one I do feel a little bit here. I'm trying to get mostly this. There we go. There we go. Turn all this on. And then coming down. But we already know reps for that one. Same distance. Coming across. Sit up a little bit. Oh Lord. So I have the flexibility. I don't have the mobility. There we go. It's going to be more just flexing the glute at the end. So kind of pushing into extension. Fire these up. A little harder on this left side still, so I'm glad my right side is pretty good, and I can at least compare it to something that's working well. All right.
Okay, so for these glute bridges, I'm making sure that I'm posteriorly tilting my pelvis first and then squeezing my glutes to drive the hips up. Making sure everything's obviously in line, shoulders, hips, knees, once I do come up to that starting position, and really, really emphasizing the squeeze on those glutes. Yeah, I've been neglecting this exercise for a while, so I'm glad I'm putting it back in the program. This is another variation. Makes it a little bit harder to do it because it's single leg. Right there, my thumb's kind of touching my glutes just to make sure they're activated and squeezed, keeping my pelvis up the whole time as I'm changing up which knee is getting extended. Next exercise is going to be these calf raises. So for these specifically, I have my lacrosse ball that I keep in my gym bag. I put that in between my heels and I'm squeezing that together. That's going to be to emphasize the posterior tib, so kind of like bias that with that ankle inversion at the top of that calf raise there. I'm using the leg press because I don't know, it's more comfortable. I can sit down. And then I'm not really sure how much weight is on each of these. I'm sure I wrote it down, but going straight from those, say lacrosse ball, going straight from those into soleus raises. Really, really making sure my knees stay in one position so they stay bent, emphasizing more of the soleus, and doing the ankle raise that way. All right, so next we have scap pulls. So pretty much your scapula, just retracting those muscles. This is really important for the beginning part of a pull-up. You want to initiate it from the scapula, not from like your biceps or your arms. So I like doing that exercise to just kind of help with scapular control since I really, really love pull-ups. And then here I'm doing some single arm, kind of just like scapular thoracic mobility. So really emphasizing retraction. I also do some elevation there, some depression. So really just going through those four motions, and then also incorporating the row as well. So just making sure everything is used to being stabilized before I pull back into a row. I love back day. So I do these just to maintain some shoulder mobility, shoulder strength in those smaller muscles. More mind muscle control in that scapula, traps, mid trap, lower trap. And then here, these are single arm banded A's. I just started reincorporating these as well. So my thumb is there pointing at my lower trap because that's really the muscle I'm trying to target with these. Doing them single arm is a little bit harder, but once I incorporate the other arm, it kind of helps me realize what I'm trying to be doing. Tapping again. The week 1, day 1, that's pretty much what consistency looks like right now at the very beginning. Nothing too flashy. Just got in there, got the work done. For the record, my mood did improve after I was done. But yeah, that's it. Everything's going to be in the description below in case you wanted to try out one of the exercises that I did. Yeah, see you on the next one.